Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Dork Side. It is I, your friendly neighborhood dork in the road, and today we're taking a real close look at the awesome, spoiler alert, I kind of think they're awesome, Icon Super Duty 5 riding boot. Alright, so these are the Icon Super Duty 5 riding boots. This is the left one. They actually come in a pair, which is fantastic. So far, I'm really impressed with these boots. So I want to take a minute and just kind of go through the features here on a close-up, and then maybe get on the bike and talk about what it feels to ride while wearing them. So these are the Super Duty 5s. They have some pretty sweet features. So Super Duty's been around for a while. This is the newest iteration. It's about 6 months old, I think. And they made a few changes. So the Super Duties used to be a work boot style riding boot with a metal clip here and more. They looked like just your classic pair of Wolverines or work boots, and this is more of a contemporary urban, looks like a basketball shoe almost, a stealth mode style riding boot, if you will. It's got a few cool features. This is a coated leather upper. Feels really strong. It's very confidence inspiring. It's also got a D3O ankle insert to protect your ankles while you're riding, and that D3O, most of you know this, but it's that armor that it's very soft and pliable until it's struck, and on impact it becomes very hard and protective. So a lot of boots don't come with protectors here, and these Super Duty 5s totally do. Also, they used to have a steel shank, and now they don't, so the sole, there was steel in there, which concerned me when I first read about it, but I cannot, if you look, I cannot compress this at all. And they say that crush strength is one of the most important things to consider in a riding boot, and this one does not flex. Not like a cheaper riding boot like you might find. You go into the store, you can tell a good riding boot from a less good riding boot just by trying to squeeze it there. It is a little bit more flexible this way though, on the bottom, so it's a lot more comfortable to wear. It's got this midfoot retention strap, the Icon badging, that's all rubberized there. This feels like a pretty heavy duty strap. Really nice hook and loop closure here, and the little rubber nubbins on both boots, actually, you can see, even though most of us only shift with our left, but it's cool when they match, so to help you really grip that shifter and protect the boot, which is pretty badass. These boots are pretty cool looking, I think. They're really nice. It's got a nice flat sole, but grippy. And they're actually a little bit, if you can see the angle here, a little bit angled up so that on the peg, it helps you with that riding position. You're up a little bit more. Big loops for pulling the shoes on and off. It's got these waxed laces that makes them a little bit more waterproof. I just think it's a slick looking boot. Real slick, some leather accents here. And all the laces are hidden up underneath so that they don't get caught on your shifter or whatever. So far, first impressions, visually, these are really cool looking boots. And the thing is, they don't necessarily look like riding boots. Like, at first glance, you wouldn't be like, oh, motorcycle boot. If you're a kind of person that wants to ride without, or you want to wear your boots without it being super obvious, if you don't want to be a motorcycle guy, like I'm always saying, these are a great boot for that. So let's get on the bike and see how it feels to ride with them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, as you can see, we are out here in the world. The weather is less than ideal. It's been raining on and off all day. It's not coming down too bad right now, but the roads are still wet. But I think it's cool to get out and test these things under real world riding conditions. All the videos I see online for these boots right now are some dude standing in an air-conditioned studio talking about how comfortable they are. But let's get them out in the world in some weather and see how they do. These are not marketed as far as I can tell, as a waterproof boot. They're not intended to be waterproof. But with the wax laces and the way the tongue is designed and everything, I feel like they probably are fairly waterproof. I wouldn't go wading in them, but I'm guessing my feet aren't going to get too wet. Jesus, pick a gear. Nope, that's not it either. So putting my foot down, I can feel the ground, which is awesome. They flex. They're really comfortable, these boots. I don't understand how a boot this comfortable, or this boot this protective can be this comfortable. I've been wearing them around the house all day, trying to break them in and get a sense of if they were going to give me any trouble and make me uncomfortable, give me blisters or anything, and they're really comfortable. I mean, they're not like Air Jordan comfortable, but they're as comfortable as any pair of work boots I've ever owned. They're as comfortable as a pair of dress shoes, even a nice pair of dress shoes. They're more comfortable than they should be. They're almost as comfortable as the high tops that they pretend to be, which is interesting and awesome. So I would not feel any qualms about wearing these things all day at work. I'm on my feet a lot. Comfort-wise, I mean, the build quality, you can feel it. They don't feel cheap, heavy, or clunky. They're reasonably flexible and comfortable. So far, I'm really enjoying them. Comfort on the bike is, I can feel the shifter, I can feel the peg. I'm not so stiff and awkward that I can't do anything. Not like a motocross boot. I'm not shifting with my ankle. I'm definitely, or with my knee, I'm definitely shifting with my toes and moving my ankle up and down. So lots of movement there, which is really good, which I enjoy. So on the bike comfort, excellent. Off the bike comfort, also excellent in my experience so far. Now the looks of these boots, I think they're awesome looking without being ostentatious, without being glaring. Icon stuff runs the gamut from stealth mode, flying to fly under the radar, to hey, look at me, I'm wearing motorcycle gear. And this is definitely the fly under the radar variety of icon gear. Got my turn signal on this whole time, so that's helpful. So I like that a lot. Like I said, the older style Super Duty 4s were more of a work boot style, and this definitely under the cuff of your pants, walking around all day, nobody would know you were wearing motorcycle boots. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I ride, but like I said, I don't like to advertise it either. So they're very, very, very stealth mode. Whoa, it is windy. Blend in casual style boots, which I enjoy. Overall, I think these boots, you get way more protection than it feels like you're getting. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me to feel this protected, most boots would be stiff and awkward to walk in, and you know, and then you really feel like you're protected. But these boots feel like normal shoes that are a little stiffer. Like if a normal shoe is a 5, these are a 6 in terms of stiffness, but I'm getting a shit ton of protection. Like they're really, really solid. They're solid at the ankle. Obviously the abrasion resistance is fantastic. The crush protection is really good side to side. The only place they're a little lacking is there's no shin protection, which a taller pair of boots might have, but they're not really designed for that either, you know? Like, this is not your hardcore heavy duty. It's a more casual shoe. It's for a dude that would rather wear Converse on his bike. If that's you, if you want to ride in tennis shoes because comfort is important to you, get a pair of these boots, because you can feel almost as comfortable and actually be protected. And for me personally, I'm all about protection, number one. If it's a choice between looking stupid and being protected, I'm gonna look stupid and be protected. I'm all about function and not form. So I'm just taking that easy because it's a little bit wet. If you handed me 2 pairs of boots and said this one protects you but is ugly, and this one is awesome looking but doesn't protect as well, I'm going to take the one that protects as well. But with these boots, I don't feel like I'm sacrificing or compromising anything. I feel just as comfortable with these as I do in anything but my motocross boots that I have. Obviously there's more protection there, but I don't feel like I'm compromising. These boots are going to become my main boots. I'm going to wear them all the time. I can tell you that right now. I mean, if you need a too long didn't read, do you or do you not recommend these boots? The answer is yes, because I will be wearing them all the time from now on. Comfortable, they stay on, they've got lots of protection, and I super dig them. And they're not ostentatious. It's basically, if you could design a perfect boot for me as who I am as a person and as a rider, this is it. And I mean that sincerely. There could be more protection, but I'm also, and while I am all about that protection, I'm also a little bit lazy, so all things being equal, I want to sometimes put on the boot that's easier to put on, and this one is easy to put on. In fact, I'm doing an experiment right now, so I tied one shoe and I didn't tie the other one. I just used the strap and tucked the laces in, and as of right now, I don't feel any difference. I think that strap over the top is going to do a good job of holding your boot on. Oh yeah, it's windy up here on the bridge. Yeah, going for a ride today, good idea. If you're looking for a casual looking shoe that's going to give you great protection, I would totally go with the Super Duty 5. Definitely highly recommend it. I think it is a kick-ass boot that's actually functional and wearable. It's not just motorcycle gear, you know, like you can wear it in the world and do real world things. There's that rain we're talking about. My feet feel dry still. Any questions about the boots? Leave them in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about them. These are my first pair of Icon boots, and I'm super impressed, and I'm happy. Icon is an Oregon company, so it's pretty cool to be able to work with them. So if you got questions, please leave them in the comments. Let me know. I would love to hear your experiences with, if you've ever worn the Super Duties, or the 4s or the 5s, or any other similar cool, low profile, well protected boots that exist. I'd love to hear about those from you. So stay tuned, which is a phrase that has no meaning in the YouTube era, but my plan is to do a long-term review on these boots too. So I'm going to wear them all summer probably, and I will get back to you with my impressions on what it's like to have worn them for a long period of time, because that's what really matters, you know. Initial impressions are whatever, but I want to know how well they feel, how good they feel after, you know, 2-3 months of riding. How many miles have you got on them? Like, that's when the real test, you know. We'll see how they hold up and how, if they still are my favorite. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!
Like a mouse.